we'll start with your name and your background.
My name is Stefano Catino. I'm Italian from Cinque Terre, Vernazza. And when I was 26, I decided to move to this beautiful country called Australia and jump into hospitality like in a different way than I was doing at home. I think Australia was a bit ahead in the cocktail culture since 2006. Yeah.
So tell us about your origins. So you were saying before about your dad. And
Yeah. So I literally grew up in a restaurant where the tablecloth used to be my blanket because my parents would work late hours, and I had to sleep at some point. But I remember growing up, I was the last kid in bed, I was always hanging out with older kids. I was going to my restaurant. I see my dad, cooking, my mom waiting at tables. So I was really brought up in hospitality. And for me, it's not even a work. It was like, it's a passion. I like it. I didn't choose hospitality. I was born into hospitality. So that helped, I guess.
So tell us a little bit about maybe Sammy.
So maybe Sammy is one of the best things that have ever happened into, I guess, our life, It started because when we were here in Australia, we had a pizza place called Maybe Frank, which was going very well. We were very innovative with cocktail. My head bartender at the time was a guy called Andrea, who used to work at the Artisan back in London, who just won 4 years in a row best bar in the world. Andrea came to me. We opened this pizza place, and there was like a lot of rumors around how good were the cocktails, but we were not a cocktail bar. And there was not a place in Australia that was a hotel bar style. And we loved the Connaught, the Savoy, the Hotel Star, the Woodford Astoria. The hotel bar was missing, I think. The style of culture here for drinking was very pubby, very easygoing, the towel on the shoulder. And I wanted the jacket, I wanted the cold martini, I want a bit of that vibe, And then that's how maybe Sammy came to life. We wanted to have a place which was set in the 50s, the 60s, the Red Pack era. A lot of people think, the Red Pack, they were womanizer, no. We choose the Red Pack because they were immigrants. The one was Sammy Davis Jr., he was a black guy, he was Jewish. The other one was Frank Sinatra, he was Italian. Dean Martin, they were always making fun of each other, bring the diversity together. And they were the first people who really fought a lot of the human rights back in America. Frank Sinatra would refuse to perform in places where African Americans were not accepted. Frank Sinatra was also very, always associated with the mob and stuff. But I think they were good old boys, and I like that. And I like the fact that they were on the stage, but never making fun of people, and rather making fun of each other. And that's what I believe that maybe Sammy is. It's a place where you want to look at the bar, and the bartender have a banter. And rather, and while they have fun with each other, they can entertain yourself. So that was a bit of the reason why we opened Maybe Sammy.
And tell us a little bit about the cocktails that you do here.
We do a lot of classic. We started with classic, and one of the things we did, and we were one of the first one, I think in Australia, not around the world, because I copied this idea from Venice to do the mini martini. Because when you look at a place like Harris Bar in Venice, they do the little serve. And I was fascinated by them. And I said, we need to bring the mini martini to Australia. So we were one of the first, probably the first bar who did mini martini with classic cocktail. We used to change the name of some of the cocktail we would find in the Savoy book or in some of the old school book to call it the Frank, the Sammy, the Dean, readapting them, of course, parallel to an innovative cocktail list. So the bartender taking the lead on that one. We like to do theme. One of the first theme was the hotel bar from all the strip in Las Vegas. Now, as you had tonight, we have a game board with the different part of the hotel. So the drinks are playful. There is a lot of different style. There is all the technique that you can imagine in one of the best bar in the world. But we like to keep a 50-50, an homage to classic drink, and play and have fun with the cocktail list.
When you started, what were the sort of obstacles that you thought, I didn't think about that. What were those sorts of things?
I don't want to say there was a lot of obstacle, because when you start a business there is a lot of obstacle, but they shape you. So I don't think nothing was difficult. It was very natural because we didn't think about too many things. We were just doing them to have fun. We did things that we like. You know, there was also a moment where we start to look what other people were doing and try to, you know, they're doing that, we're doing that. And that was difficult. When we stop doing that, everything is easy. When you just do what you like, it's easy. Because, like me, there is another out of 10, 7 people who like the same shit that I like, that we like. So it's easy. I think, yeah, I don't want to say there was any obstacle. I mean, this area, it was not a very busy area. We brought a lot of people up that hill, and now it's, you know, we have a busier bar than we had when we opened. But yeah.
What about the cultural differences, like coming from Italy, working in Italy, and then having to deal with some of the Australian ways?
I think Australians are very good at adapting. I mean, if you see the culture in Australia, it was brought a lot by immigrants like your parents, not mine because I don't have it, but people, the Greek, the Italian, the Lebanese. And then now, like we're in Asia, people forget. So the Thai, the Vietnamese. So Australians learn very quickly. I believe when I arrived, the drinking culture was very good because there was people like Mikey Enright, Naren Young, Jason Crowley, Marco Faraone, who brought a lot of drink culture to Australia. But people were drinking bad. They were drinking to get drunk. I think it wasn't hard to educate people to drink at a pace like we drink in Italy. We drink Amaro because we need to digest. We drink Campari because we want to start the night and eat our nuts and olives. So I don't find that difficult. I think we were lucky because Australians respond very well. They are very well traveled. So they like to educate themselves. But it took, I think, 10 years. At the level we have now is pretty awesome, I would say. We're lucky.
You've started to grow, expand, and you've got some other bars, an actual hotel bar. Do you want to talk about those?
Yeah, well, we were lucky. We wanted to diversify. So after opening this bar, we'd open a hotel bar, which is Dean and Nancy, and he's on 22. So we want to create an hotel bar vibe. You know, the fact that you have, you know, rooms is different because customers come up, and you want to kind of give them that experience. But for me, a hotel bar is a good martini, a Manhattan, a Negroni. And that was very fun. Dean and Nancy has been very successful. He won for a couple of years best hotel bar in Australia, which is impressive. But the level of staff that we have, we are very lucky. I say they really seem to have fun together. Then we diversify. I think you're gonna go see my friend Eduardo tomorrow night. We've opened a tequila bar. Tequila and Italian is a passion. If you talk to a lot of Italian bartenders, we love tequila. I don't know why. Maybe we share the same flag. And we opened this tequila bar, which I think was the place I spent most of my time last year because I was just having so much fun. I could not believe how much tequila impact people in a bar. And I remember the first week when I see everybody after 10 p.m. jumping on tables, and I go like, wow, no? And it's a wild place. It's a fun place. The drinks are good. Eduardo, our head bartender, won world class. A lot of the team there won little cocktail competition, which means the quality and the culture is very good. But then after 10 p.m. you go in there and you could be anywhere. It's fun. We have a karaoke room. We have a secret bar in the back that brings you to Oaxaca. So very passionate about our new project, of course.
Over time, you guys have worked hard. Your team has worked hard, and you've won some awards. So how does that feel to be winning awards and being in the spotlight?
Award and spotlight is honestly the best. Whoever tells you it's not is lying. You know, again, did we try to enter with the 50 best the first year? No, we were just doing what we were good at. I see people, for example, I always mention my dear friend Lorenzo Antinori now in Barleone is doing what he loves. He doesn't try to get in the 50 best. Of course he does, because it's pure passion. So if you do this with pure passion, you'll get awards, you'll get in there, and you can stay in there. If you're doing just to be there, it's becoming a bit too much. Now I'm talking because I'm in there. So the moment we may have not been there, I will be regretting it. But winning award is good, brings business to your bar. You can get busy, but you need to keep working to be a busy bar, to have a good team, to have a good culture, not to win award. Is when you lose the focus, we drop position, we gain position. Do you care?
Yeah.
You want it to become a reality. You want to come to Australia. People like you say, I want to sit with Steph, talk about maybe group.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
That's a success. People at the door is success.
And as well as being an owner of bars. Now I hear that you're in construction, you're in building. You're a builder now.
Yeah, I'm a builder.
So
They say,
tell us about that.
yeah, they say, what's the secret of building a bar? And it's two things. You either work hard or you don't. I'm building with my builders, actually. We're building a little dive bar, which is called Little Cooler. So everybody can be a little cooler than what they are today. And he's with Matt Wiley, that he owned Ri in Australia for a while. Matt is a good friend. We became friends because Matt always liked to help people. And what he does with the drink culture, and in the last 5 years, with the Rotov or like the way he does drink is different than the way I do drink. So my team, but he's always been helpful with my team. And then one day we got drunk, we decided to open this bar together. Now I'm going there to build it after this conversation, finishing building it. And we hope it's going to become one of these bars in Australia that you want to go to, and it will become popular and a destination.
So where is that going to be?
It's going to be 200 meters from Catino Cay, which is another staple bar in the Australian cocktail culture. It's Clarence Street, where Baxter Inn is, Barbershop is like the bar hub. A lot of bars are there. Old Mates, New Mates, whatever it's called. No, the other old Mates and Old Rum, I think it's called, sorry. So in that street, Clarence Street.
Yeah.
So it's very hip, very happening.
Very hip, very happening. If somebody was to come to maybe Sammy, what would you recommend?
To maybe Sammy?
Yeah,
I always,
right.
no, I say try to sit at the bar.
Yeah.
If you can. Try to sit in a table where you can see the bar. And that's it. I think my team is very good. They really like serving people. They really like what they do. And they'll make you have a good experience. Also because they want your money, huh? The tips.
In general now, you've been in, you're a good old-fashioned Aussie now. So you want to say a little bit about Sydney itself, and
Look,
if somebody was to come for the first time?
I love this city. I'm a big fan and a big advocate for this city. I think it's a metropolitan city, 10 minutes away from some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. You can go down to Bondi, you can go to Iceberg, go see Mary, have an Americano, look at the waves. You can come to the city. You can come to any of our bars, but there is so many good bars all around the city. I mentioned so many today in the CBD. They keep on opening. I don't even know the names of, there's too many. Newtown is a great area. There is a great vibe. There is great bars there. Is a city of towns. And towns, they have good community. And community always have good bars. So food is amazing. Coffee is better than Italy. Yes, I said that. It's definitely better than Italy. So I don't want to name drop, but I would say look at any top 10 things to do in Sydney and you'll find your way for the beautiful city.
Anything else you want to add?
No, you can ask me questions. I can answer to all of them, but I talk so much, I don't even know what I say.
I think that was great.